There are places on this earth where things should never be disturbed. Ancient sites, ruins of forgotten empires, and places where something waits. Something sealed away for a time, until the appointed hour comes. Beneath the earth, beneath the waters of the Euphrates River, something is bound in chains. It has been imprisoned for centuries. But what happens when it is set free? And more importantly, who put it there? The Euphrates is no ordinary river. It is a river of prophecy, a river of judgment, a river that flows through the pages of the Bible, ancient texts, and human history. It has witnessed the rise and fall of Babylon. It has heard the whispers of kings and prophets. And it holds a terrible secret beneath its depths, a secret spoken of in the book of Revelation, a prophecy that warns of 4 angels, bound in chains beneath the river, not angels of light, but angels of destruction. And when they are released, 1/3 of mankind will perish. The Apostle John, exiled on the island of Patmos, was given a revelation of the end of days. He saw seals broken. He saw trumpets sound. He saw judgments fall upon the earth. And then the 6th trumpet sounded. A voice came from the golden altar before God. And it gave a command. Release the 4 angels who are bound at the great river Euphrates. Not 1, not 2, but 4 angels held back for centuries, waiting for this moment. And when they are set loose, they will bring destruction upon the earth. The prophecy states that they have been prepared for an exact hour, day, month, and year. A moment preordained before the foundation of the world. And when that moment comes, they will kill 1/3 of mankind. What kind of beings could carry out such destruction? And why would they be imprisoned in the first place? Angels? Or something else? In the Bible, not all angels serve God. Some fell from glory. Some rebelled against their Creator. And some were so dangerous that they had to be sealed away. In the book of Genesis, it speaks of angels who left their heavenly domain to corrupt the earth. Their crimes were so severe that God imprisoned them. Some were cast into Tartarus, a prison even lower than hell itself. Others, perhaps, were chained beneath the Euphrates. But why this river? Why here in this specific place? Because the Euphrates is no ordinary river. It is the river that flowed through Eden. It is the river that ran through the kingdoms of men and the wars of the gods. It is the river that carried the sins of Babylon. And it is the river where these 4 angels remain, bound until their time comes. But what will they do when they are finally released? And is it possible that the time is near? The Euphrates is more than a river. It is a boundary, a line between kingdoms, a division between nations, and perhaps a barrier between realms, a place where something was locked away. And when it is released, it will not come alone. Because the book of Revelation does not only speak of 4 angels. It speaks of an army, a force so vast, so unstoppable, that it will cover the earth in darkness and destruction. The moment the 4 angels are freed, they will command 200 million. 200 million horsemen of death. A number so vast that, in John's time, it was unimaginable. But today, that number is all too real. The army of the horsemen, John describes them in horrific detail. Their horses breathe fire, smoke, and sulfur. Their tails are like serpents, striking with deadly force. Their armor gleams in red, blue, and yellow, colors of war and destruction. And they are given one purpose: to kill, to slaughter 1/3 of mankind, to sweep across the earth like an unstoppable plague. But what are these horsemen? Are they supernatural beings, unleashed from the abyss? Are they demonic entities, servants of the fallen? Or could this prophecy be revealing something even more terrifying? A modern prophecy. For centuries, scholars believed John's vision was symbolic, a warning of spiritual warfare. But others see something far more literal, an army rising in the last days, a force of human soldiers, empowered by something not of this world. For the first time in history, we live in a world where a 200 million man army is possible. A world where technology, warfare, and bioengineering could create something that matches John's vision. A world where prophecy and reality are colliding. But what if this army is not human at all? What if these horsemen are not of this earth? What if they have been waiting, just like the 4 angels, until the appointed hour comes? And what if, That hour is soon. The 4 angels will rise. The army will march. And the world will stand on the brink of annihilation. 1/3 of mankind will fall. A judgment so severe that nothing in human history can compare. But is this the final battle? Or is this only the beginning of something far worse? Because after the 6th trumpet sounds, another event shakes the heavens. The rise of the abyss. John's vision does not stop at the Euphrates. It goes deeper, beyond the river, beyond the chains, beyond the realm of men. He sees a pit, a vast abyss sealed shut, for now. A place where something ancient and terrible is imprisoned. And when the time comes, that seal will break. Smoke will rise like a furnace, darkening the sky. The sun and moon will be blotted out. And from the smoke they will come. Not men, not angels, but something else entirely. The locusts of destruction. John describes them in horrifying detail. Creatures unlike anything seen on earth. Locusts, but not of this world. They have faces like men, hair like women, teeth like lions. Their wings sound like chariots rushing into battle. And their sting brings torment, not death. For 5 months they will roam the earth. Their victims will seek death but will not find it. Plague unlike any before. A suffering so great that men will cry out for the end. And at their head is a king, a ruler of the abyss. His name in Hebrew is Abaddon, in Greek, Apollyon, the destroyer. And with his arrival, the earth will fall into even greater darkness. The Euphrates is only the beginning. Something far greater is coming. And when it does, it will change the world forever. The earth will shake. The skies will darken. The Euphrates will dry up. And the world will prepare for its final war. The book of Revelation speaks of one last battle. A gathering of nations. A war unlike any before. A battlefield known by one name, Armageddon. The kings of the east. The Euphrates is more than a river. It is a barrier. A line that separates kingdoms and empires. But in the last days that barrier will be removed. The river will dry up, making way for the kings of the east. A great army will rise. An army that will march toward one final conflict. The nations will assemble. The rulers of the world will gather. And the armies of the earth will stand face to face. But they are not preparing to fight each other. They are preparing to fight him. The return of the king. John sees the heavens open. A white horse appears, and on it, a rider clothed in light. His eyes burn like flames of fire. His robe is dipped in blood, and on his thigh is written a name, King of Kings, Lord of Lords. The armies of heaven ride behind him. The rulers of the earth stand against him. But the battle will be over before it begins. He will speak one word, and the armies of the earth will fall. The beast will be captured. The false prophet will be seized. Both will be cast into the lake of fire. And Satan, he will be chained, bound for 1,000 years. The war will end. The nations will fall. And a new kingdom will rise. One where there is no more death, no more pain, no more sorrow. The old world will pass away. And the king will reign forever. The question is no longer if these events will happen. The question is, how soon?